Today we are diving deep into a topic dominating Indian political discourse right now. One nation, one poll. With a committee recently formed under the chairmanship of former President Ram Nath Kovind, the debate is hotter than ever. So let's get into it. First, let's clear the air. What exactly does one nation, one poll mean? It refers to the idea of holding simultaneous elections for the Lok Sabha, state assemblies and potentially local bodies like panchayats. Imagine walking into a polling booth and casting your vote for all three levels of governance on a single day. Pretty convenient, right? But it is more than just convenience. There are arguments for efficiency and savings. Let's talk a bit about the brief history of one nation, one poll in India. Rewind to the early years of Indian Republic, the first general election in 1951-52 and the next three rounds till 1967 had simultaneous elections. But things changed with political instability in the late 60s and early 70s. Hung assemblies and the early dissolution of the Lok Sabha threw the synchronicity out of gear. But why is it being revisited now? Various commissions and committees, including the Law Commission and the Election Commission of India, have consistently backed this idea since as far back as 1983. It's not a new concept, but just one gaining renewed traction right now. So why is this a good idea? Advocates point to a few compelling reasons. One is the cost-saving potential. The 2019 Lok Sabha elections alone cost an astounding rupees 60,000 crore. Imagine the cumulative cost when we include all the state and local elections. Another argument is the administrative efficiency. Usually, routine administration slows down during elections. A synchronized polling system would ease these disruptions. Additionally, having one big election would prevent political parties from being in a never-ending campaign mode, which could allow for more focused governance. So what are the possible challenges and problems? However, this is far from a cakewalk. Critics argue about the sheer logistics of pulling off such a massive exercise. Questions also arise about the misuse of power and undue influence over the regional politics. Moreover, it would require constitutional amendments and two-thirds majority in parliament and ratification by at least half of the states. The legal and the policy terrain is tricky. A bit about the trickiness in the later section. But can it be done? So how can we make this happen? First off, constitutional amendments would be mandatory. Articles concerning the terms of the House, dissolution of the state assemblies, and various others would need revamping. Legal minds also suggest modification to the existing electoral laws and the anti-defection law. The Election Commission has stated that with adequate legal amendments and logistical arrangements such as EVMs and security, they are ready to take up the task. This would also require a political consensus, which is easier said than done. Former election commissioners have also said it is doable, but political parties must come on board. Now let's talk about the tricky legal terrain. Term of the House and its dissolution. The term of the House or State Assembly is constitutionally defined, but it is more complex than you might think. Article 83(2) and 172(1) of the Indian Constitution said the term of the House of the people and the state assemblies 5 years from the first sitting. But, and it is a big but, these houses don't have fixed terms. They can be dissolved earlier. Provisos to these articles also allow extension of terms to up to 6 months if there is a proclamation of emergency. On top of that, Article 356 tells the centre to dissolve a state assembly and enforce the president's rule. The Anti-Defection Act and the landmark judgment like S.R. Bomai versus Union of India add even more layers of complexity. This tangled web would require untangling through constitutional amendments, including state ratification. After all of this, what happens after the one nation, one poll? What if a government falls midway? The Election Commission suggests that any no confidence motion should come with a confidence motion for a future government, ensuring both are voted on together. But what if a hung assembly occurs or the government has to resign? The Election Commission has different recommendations based on remaining term of the House. For shorter terms, the President could take charge temporarily. For longer remaining terms, fresh elections could occur. Still, the new House would serve only till the end of the original term. Similar protocols would apply to state assemblies. Amendments to the Anti-Defection Act are also on the table to address this. But one can't also overlook the need for by-elections, whether due to disqualification court rulings, or even demise of a legislator. By-elections are a recurring feature of Indian politics. The Election Commission recommends 2 annual windows to hold all such by-elections, each lasting 1.5 months. So these are the possible solutions. So is one nation, one poll a pipe dream or a future reality? The jury is still out on that. But it is an idea redefining how we think about democracy and governance in India. With the Modi government's second term nearing its end, this issue is rising to the surface. And it is one of that all Indians should understand thoroughly. I hope you have understood something about one nation, one poll. Please put your suggestions in the comment section. Thanks for watching.